Welcome, friends, to episode 4 of Mr. Smite's Improv. As you can see here, we are in a new location, located in Stormwind, right outside the Stormwind Cathedral. I am your host and MC for this evening, Dreyfusano. That reminds me, where did Mr. Smite disappear off to?
You didn't tell me we were coming back to Stormwind. I went into hiding for a reason, you know.
Mr. Smite, you can calm down. You are here as my guest.
I'm not coming out of stealth until those Stormwind guards are gone. I don't trust them.
Well, we'll get this all sorted out later. In the meantime, let's get started with tonight's games.
The first game we'll be playing is the game of 185. The game of 185 works like this. Using my Suggestifier module, I will get a suggestion of a person, place, noun, or thing, and I will make a joke using the template of this. 185 blanks walk into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve blanks here," and then I'll make a joke at that time. And the first suggestion I'll be using for the game of 185 is a camera. 185 cameras walk into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve cameras here." The cameras all started taking pictures with their flashes and started blinding the bartender. The bartender got so blind, he said, "All right, fine, I'll serve you. 185 cameras walk into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve cameras here." And one of the cameras took a picture of the bartender, handed it to the bartender and said, "Well, I think this is worth at least 1,000 words. 185 cameras walk into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve cameras here." And one of the cameras said, "Well, can you at least lend us some money? We're a little short." 185 cameras walk into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve cameras here." And one of the cameras say, "Well, I thought we had a nice developing relationship here." And my next suggestion will be a giraffe. 185 giraffes walk into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve giraffes here." And the giraffes say, "We'll see if we ever stick our neck out for you in the future." 185 giraffes walk into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve giraffes here." And the giraffes say, "Well, that's a bit of a stretch, isn't it?" 185 giraffes walk into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve giraffes here." And the bartender was quickly stampeded and trampled down. 185 giraffes walk into a bar and the bartender says, "We don't serve giraffes here." And the giraffes all said, "What? What? I can't hear you." Alright, with that being said, I need to take a break and see if I can't get Mr. Smite away from those bushes. So we'll be right back with more of Mr. Smite's Improv here in Stormwind.
Greetings again. Seeing as how I am still deciding on my next music video, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at some bloopers from some past videos of mine. And what better way to get started than with my first venture into Machinima than with Techno Rocker Zenoic Mode. Fun fact, I was lying down on a wheeled apparatus and, let's just say I didn't get this all in one take. And action. Whoa! Somebody stop this thing! This thing's gonna give me whiplash! Oh man, I'm still reeling from that neck pain, but it was definitely well worth it to get myself started in Machinima.
And we are back with more of Mr. Smite's Improv here in Stormwind. Unfortunately, Mr. Smite didn't want to leave the safety of his stealth, so looks like he's going to be stuck there for a couple of minutes. The next game we're going to be playing tonight is a game called The To-Do List. Using my Suggestifier module, I'm going to get the name of a Warcraft figure, and then I'm going to come up with, on the spot, that person's fictional to-do list. And my first suggestion for to-do list will be
Jaina Proudmoore.
Become less crazy. Find new magic spell that will turn me into a brunette. Eat chocolate. Lots and lots of chocolate.
Find a way to become even more proud than I already am right now.
Alright, let's get another Warcraft figure. Lady Sylvanas. Create new movie where I literally run on the wind. Drain the moat inside the Undercity and fill it with chocolate pudding.
I wonder if the Vrykle can double as Cupids for Valentine's Day. Get my guards to stop singing theme songs from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Alright, let's get another Warcraft figure.
Thrall.
Become War Chief again, go off to save the world. Become War Chief again, go off to save the world.
Find Chromie, go back in time, and stop myself from making Garrosh the War Chief in the first place. Have Vol'jin move the throne room back to where it originally was. Find out whether my title is pronounced shaman or shaman. I wonder if I can get the word ban inscribed onto my hammers. Okay, I need to take one more break, but we'll be right back with more of Mr. Smite's Improv here in Stormwind. It's time for Blizzard Blooper Reel! Now these bloopers are lesser known bloopers that you might not have known about. This blooper in particular comes from the Siege of Orgrimmar ending. Let's just say Varian was not really pleased with the outcome. I will speak to your war chief. A basic campfire? No! My apologies. I could not help myself. Where were we? But know this. If your horde fails to uphold honor, as Garrosh did, I'm gonna make s'mores. And we are back with more of Mr. Smite's Improv here in Stormwind. I am now joined on stage with my brothers Melquiades, Asmodeus, and Kabatica for our final game of the evening, Cinematic Film Dub. Using one of the Blizzard cinematics, minus the original dialogue and music, my brothers and I are going to add our own lines to this cinematic. The cinematic that my brothers and I will be using this evening will be a part of the Dangerous Game cinematic from StarCraft II: Wings of Liberty. In this scene, we will be organizing a barbecue for some hungry Terran soldiers. Alright, and without further ado, let's get started with Cinematic Film Dub.
Char, this is a really hot planet. We have probably what will be the biggest barbecue we have ever made. We have Marines.
Can't plan for these sorts of things, General. You're gonna need a lot of food, and I'm talking hamburgers, hot dogs, brats, mustard.
I've been in charge of at least 5 different barbecues, and they were all gold medal. I've been organizing these things while your friends were busy making TV dinners.
We are all aware of your grilling prowess, General. Unfortunately, you've run out of money to buy any food for this little soiree. And how do you propose we pay for all this, Mr. Grown-Up Andrin Rin? I've invested in a few grocery stores, so I cannot afford to see this fail. Of course, we'll need to order your food first, and I have just the contingency.
Wub 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 wub. Oh, hello, and thank you for contacting Giant Green Hologram's Warehouse of Eats. I am the Giant Green Floating Hologram. Is this for a picnic or for a lunch today?
Yes, this is the incredibly handsome and grown-up Andrin Rin, the son of the even more handsomer Varian Rin of Stormwind Kingdom, and I need to put in a request for a large order of picnickings and lunchings. You will find that I made this order with you last week, good sir.
Why, yes, I am to be appreciating your gumption, but even you must be realizing you're in way over your head here.
The man said he wanted his order.
Cowboy man. Consider yourself lucky this order was being placed. Even you have to be realizing that it is near impossible to be feeding this many Marines today.
We'll see, Giant Green Floating Hologram, but once we're done eating, I'm challenging you to a hot dog eating contest. What else is on? And there you have it, folks. This was episode 4 of Mr. Smite's Improv. And on behalf of Melquiades, Asmodeus, and Kabatica, I want to thank you for watching. If you have any feedback for me or any suggestions for future games of mine like 185 and To-Do List, leave your suggestions in the comments section below. You can also tweet them to me at DreyfussSano on Twitter. If I like them, I will incorporate them into my next show. The more creative, the better. Now then, I will see you next time for more of Mr. Smite's Improv here in Stormwind.